Good day and welcome to our digital skill acquisition graphic design class 2. In the last session, we discussed the CorelDRAW workspace, how it looks like on various versions of CorelDRAW, as well as explanation on the use of the pick tool in CorelDRAW. So today, we will be learning more about the various tools in CorelDRAW, as well as we will be replicating some logos while we use the process of the replication to learn about some of these tools. So the logos you can see here were created by me, and we'll be replicating that in this class. The Dell logo, the Dell FedEx logo, and the IKEA logo. So let's dive in straight into the class. So let me place this at a side while we try to replicate this as well. So let's start with the Dell logo. So for the Dell logo, we could see we have an ellipse and then the letter Dell inside it. So we've already clicked on our pick tool here, right? So we use this tool to pick our tool, any of the tools we want to use. So we have the ellipse tool here. So let's click on the ellipse tool. So here we are on the workspace. So you drag the ellipse tool and then you hold on the control so that the circle can be perfect. If you do like this, it may not be perfect, but once you click on control with it to be a perfect circle. So here we are. So here is our circle here. Sorry, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect one. Okay. So you drag it with the control. So we have a perfect circle here. So we have a perfect circle here. We can increase it here. So that's it. Now you would see that the outline for the circle for the Dell is bigger than this. So you select this circle and then you look here. So here we have the outline width. So this is, let's try 25 pixel. I think this is still kind of smaller compared to this. Let's use 35 pixel. So here we are. So we have this ellipse, we have the outline. So now here is our color palette. So we can check for the color here. So I think this is the right color. So here we are. So but remember that we are not shading the inside, this cyan color, but rather the outline. So whenever you choose a shape and you want to color the outline, you will not left click on the color, but rather you will right click. So once you right click, you would see I'm coming. So here we are. You right click to change the color. You right click on the color you want to change to. That's when you change the outline. When you left click, so you feel, that's when you want to fill it. So you want to fill the shape. So here we have our ellipse already. So now we want to create the Dell text. So we have the text tool here. So click on the text. Don't drag it, just click on your page. If you click on the page, it will create a text box. And in this case, we do not need a text box. So let's delete the text box. So click on the text and just click on your space. Don't drag. Now we can have Dell. Good. So we have Dell already. So you select Dell and then you can change the font style. Let's use area black for this, right? And we need to increase the size. So you can increase the size either from here. Let's say we have 48 pixel, 72 pixel, 100 pixel, right? Or you can choose to select here. When you select from here, so you can drag here like this. So the size, the font size will as well will increase, right? So here we are. So now the Dell logo is getting turned little by little. So now you could see that the letter E somewhere is kind of rotated. Yes, that means we have to like cut these shapes. We have to cut these shapes. We have to cut the alphabet here, or rather, yeah, the letters rather. So you can do this two ways. Either you select Dell, then you go to object. So you can break artistic text. So it will break them apart. And you could see the shortcut Control K. So instead of coming to object, when you select and you just press Control K on your system, so it will break them. So let's press Control K. It's broken. We have D separate, we have E separate, we have L separate, we have L separate, right? So now we can now rotate our E. So when you want to rotate an object, so select it 2 times, 1, 2. You'd see that the what's it called? The nodes here are now different, right? They are now different. So you can now choose to rotate from here. Just press, and we want to rotate to this left side, so like this, right? So here we are. So, and you can as well choose to rotate from here. This is the rotation angle of rotation. You can specifically select the angle of input, the angle of rotation here. So now what's next for us is the color. So one of the uses of breaking a text is to probably give them different colors. We will look at that when we get to the FedEx logo. So we have D separate here. We have E with the same color. We could have chosen the color before we break, but it's still fine. So we have L and we have L here, right? Good. So our Dell logo is coming close out. So we can now group everything together. When you group, you can select, when you select all these texts, right? So you just press Ctrl G. Everything will become one. So now here we are, we have the Dell logo. I think this font size is too big. We can decrease it a little bit. So here we are. It's still too big. We can decrease right? So now we see that the Dell logo is now ready. The Dell logo is now ready. I think the angle of rotation is kind of too much. Let's change this. Okay, so we can reduce the angle of rotation somehow, something like this. I think this is perfect now. So let's select and group again. Good. So now here we are. I think this cell is not centered, right? So we can select, you select this and you select center. So on your corridor, you will have this align and distribute. You can as well open the tab with using control plus shift plus A. So when you click this, then you click on this, which is the center horizontally. So this is now in the center, and then you center vertically as well. So it's now in the center. See, the Dell is now in the center of the circle, and then you can choose to now group everything together. So now here we have the Dell logo ready. Good. So we've completed the Dell logo using the pick tool, the text tool, the shape tool. So now for the FedEx logo, we can this is the same thing that applies. The same knowledge we've applied here applies to the FedEx logo as well. So for the FedEx logo, you click on the text, right? Then you click on the page, then you write FedEx, capital L, small e, small d, capital E, and then small x. So here we are, we have our FedEx logo. Let's select this and increase the font size. So we've increased the font size. We can choose to, let's use area black for the font as well. Now you'll see that for the real logo, for the one I created earlier, there was no space between F, E, D, E, X. We can choose to do this in two different ways. We can pan this using the shape tool. So when you select FedEx, then you take to the shape tool. So this is what we call canning. So we have this, we have this to increase the size and to decrease. And at the end, we add 2 lines of text. We can use this to increase the space or decrease the space between 2 lines, right? So let's use this to decrease the space between the letter. So we have this, okay? We have this. So here we are. Now you realize that there's still kind of little space. So we need to, we can break this just like we did earlier. And we even need to break, we choose to break because we need to give them different colors as well. So let's break this. If you remember, I said the shortcut to break is Ctrl K. So F, we can give F the color, this color blue, then E as well as color blue, E as color blue, D as blue as well, E as something like orange, and then X as something like orange as well. So now we need to bring this E closer to G. So you could see it's selected individually. So you can just using your arrow on your keyboard, bring it closer here, and then X a little bit closer as well. So we have our FedEx logo ready. So I probably the person that designed the logo for FedEx must have collected thousands of dollars to just design this thing we've recreated. So you group everything together again, and here we have the FedEx logo ready. You have the FedEx logo ready. Yeah. So now the last one is the IKEA logo. So let's do that as fast as possible. Here we are. We have this shape, the rectangle shape, the rectangle tool. You can select the tool, pick tool, and then you select the rectangle tool, or you press F6 on your keyboard and it will activate the rectangle tool. So you click on your space and you drag and you drag. So here we are, we have the rectangle already. Now we go back, we had kind of like an ellipse inside it. So we go to the ellipse tool again. Then you start from here to ensure precision. So we drag, drag, drag. Here we are. So now you go back to the pick tool and you go back to the pick tool and you you give this color. I think this looks like color. This looks like color yellow. So we have this here, and um we have this colored in yellow, and then we have the rectangle colored in something like blue. Right. Now remember, you realize that there's something like black at the side of blue and this yellow. So that's the outline. So you remove the outline. We want to remove the outline. So you select the shape and then you right click on this no fill to remove the outline. You right click on the shape and remove the outline. For this as well, you right click on this to remove the outline. So here we are. Now we have the kind of the background that was there ready. So now let's press the IKEA tool. This is not the so this IKEA tool. Actually, this is not the right font they use, but let's just use area black or something that is closer to the original IKEA logo. So we have this, you can increase the font size and then you give this color cyan again, cyan. So now you move this to the center. I feel like this is too big, so we can reduce the size. So we have this here. So you can align all these ones as well. You can align them as well. So it's well aligned already. So and here we are. You group everything together so we have one gym. So we've recreated the IKEA logo, we've recreated the FedEx logo, and we've recreated the Dell logo. So we've learned how to use the text tool, the pick tool, the shape tool, how to change outline, how to remove outline, how to increase outline width, and how to give colors to objects. So that's a whole lot of things, and we'll continue in the next class.